channel. Today I'm doing a what's in my makeup bag video, which is basically a beauty favourites mixed with a everyday makeup routine-ish, mixed with a what's in my bag. I don't know, I just thought it was a cool idea. I've seen a couple of them around and thought I would do my version. This is my makeup bag. I have just a Zoeva rose goldy one. This came with a makeup brush set which I got for my birthday or Christmas, one of the two. They're both in December, so I don't really know which one. And I love the brushes, and the bag was just so cute. I decided to kind of use it as my makeup bag from now on. I previously had one from Oliver Bonus which had a little G on, which was super cute, as well as like a holographic one from Topshop, but this is by far my favourite, and it's just such a good size and kind of fits everything in. So yeah, this is my current makeup bag. I've not got any of the brushes in here right now, but they're the ones I use to do my like whole makeup every single day. Pretty much only them. I've got a couple from Makeup Revolution, but mainly them. So I'll link them down below along with this bag and everything, so you can like check them out if you really want to see the ones I use, but they're just the Zoeva ones. The first thing I have in here is the Body Shop Insta Blur Primer. I've never really got primers. I've used a bunch of them. I've used the Benefit Pore Professional ones and a couple others, and I don't really get them because they don't make my makeup last longer necessarily, because I have really oily skin. But I recently picked up this one again and kind of realised that it does kind of minimalise my pores a bit before I put my foundation on, which is a massive benefit because I have huge pores because I'm disgusting. So yeah, I've been using this quite a lot recently, and it's made it back into my everyday like makeup. Next up I have the L'Oreal, what's it called, Infallible 24-Hour Matte Foundation. I don't usually buy high street foundations for one reason, and that is because they don't go pale enough for my skin. I'm super pale, it's not an illusion, I am this colour in real life. If you ever want to feel tan, just come stand next to me and you will look it, because I'm the palest person you will ever meet in your life. Hence the channel name and everything else. But anyway, I saw this one and it comes in porcelain, and usually they only go as light as ivory on the high street, so I was quite excited and picked it up because I've had quite a lot of recommendations for this for my oily skin. So I got it. The colour match is not too bad. Like, I'm wearing it today and I don't think it like, you know, makes me look orange or weird coloured or anything. So I've kind of been using it. I'm not sure how I feel about it. It's okay, it goes on well, and I've kind of enjoyed that it's a lot cheaper than buying like a more high-end one. And it is really mattifying, which I really like. I've not been necessarily having to use as much powder as I usually do with every other foundation that I ever use. But if you do know a really good oily skin foundation, please let me know in the comments, because I'm desperate for a good high street, mattifying, really light foundation. I then have my go-to concealer. It's literally rubbed off, you can't even make out what it is, but it's the Collection Perfection Concealer, is that what it's called? You'll know it, everyone talks about it, but this is my favourite thing ever. I get through so many of these and I use them until like the last drop, as you can tell, and it's just the best concealer ever. I've never really strayed from using this since I've got it, so yeah, this is my favourite one. I then have my powder, which is also a Collection one. It's literally the Collection pressed powder, like no imagination in naming this. I used to use the Rimmel Stay Matte powder a lot. I love it. It's a really good dupe for the MAC Studio Fix. But recently I picked this up because I saw it and it's such a pale shade. I was like, it's going to work really well for my skin, and I like it. Like, it's not necessarily better than the Rimmel one, but it's like as good. So I really like this, and this has kind of been the one I've been using the most at the moment. But as I said, I've not necessarily been having to use powder as much recently because of this, which is the Urban Decay All Nighter Makeup Spray, and this is the best thing I've ever used. When I put makeup on my skin, I'm like guaranteed to have it stay there for about an hour. Like, I can put like an hour's work into my makeup and it's still only gonna last an hour, no matter what primer, moisturizer, anything like that. It's just always been the way my skin has been. But with this, I feel like it's been lasting so much longer. Like, I can make it further in the day with more of my makeup, and I'm really loving it. It also kind of goes on, and I feel like it mattifies my skin a bit more as well. I'm not sure if it's meant to, but it's oil free and everything, so when I spray it over my face, when I've done my foundation and everything, it just sets everything in place so nicely that I don't feel I need to necessarily put a powder on it to make it last longer, and it just like leaves your skin looking all nice and dewy, and it like dries so quickly. So yeah, I've been really loving this, and I spray like 2 or 3 sprays over my face nearly every single day, and it's just made such a difference to my makeup. Then have something that I've spoken about before, and it is another thing rubbed off beyond recognition, and it is, let me try and figure this out. Who is it by? I want to say collection again. I've got quite a lot of collection products in here, and it is the Highlight and Sculpt palette. And I don't use the highlight in this. The highlight is pretty rubbish, but this colour is really, really good for contouring, and it's kind of so easily blendable that I've just been reaching for this over any other product I have, over my Anastasia Beverly Hills contour palette, over my Revolution one that I was obsessed with, and this has just been the best thing. The colour just goes on, it goes really well with my pale skin. I'm not sure if there's a shade on this. I don't know if it comes in shades, but it doesn't look like it does. But anyway, this is just the best contour ever, and I would much rather take this while I'm brushing it, like sweep it across my face and be done in a few seconds, as opposed to sitting there doing all the lines, blending it for ages. This is just such a better option for everyday use. I then have my highlighter, and this again is rubbed off because, as I said, this is all my favourite makeup, but it is the Revolution, I think Illuminate Pro, I think it's called. I actually got this in a gift set for Christmas, and I've been obsessed with it. I'll do a little swatch so you can see, because this is the best highlight I've ever used, and it's a nice kind of creamy shade, so it kind of blends really well with your skin and isn't too over the top, but at the same time, like, you're like reflecting all the sun. It's incredible. I absolutely love it, and I think it's only like £4, so if you're really looking for a good high street one, check this out. I've seen like comparisons of like other highlighters, because I'm obsessed with highlighters, and this looks as good as all the Becca ones, which I'm desperate to try, so yeah, definitely go check this out. Next up, I have my go-to blush, which is this Revlon one. It's number 3, Marvelous. Remember, I'm so dyslexic, it's ridiculous. So this is the shade. I just kind of picked this up randomly on a whim, and I've just been obsessed with it. It comes with a little brush, but I don't tend to use that. I use my Zoeva ones. But it's just such a really good shade for my skin. It's kind of nice and natural. It's not kind of too in your face or over the top. I don't really like it when people like really go to town with their blusher and they end up looking really embarrassed. So I just feel this is a really nice subtle shade, and it's just quite like summery and bright, and I really quite like it. So yeah, this is definitely my favourite one at the moment. Now the next thing is the holy grail of anything. It's my favourite thing I've ever bought in my life, and this is like, this wouldn't be in my makeup bag without this, because this is in my makeup bag no matter where I am going, and it is the Tartelette and Bloom palette. This has replaced any palette I've ever had. I'm in love with it, and it looks like this. I've got like some of these shades on my eyes today, and my favourite ones are these 3 down the side here. So there's this glittery one called Funny Girl, this kind of orangey toned pinky one here which is called Sweetheart, and then Rebel, which is more of a reddish one, and I love it, but there are so many amazing combinations. I also really love this Jet Setter one here, but like, I really like mixing kind of matte and shimmery shades. I know a lot of people are quite scared of shimmery ones, but this is like kind of the perfect mix, so you can kind of experiment with a few shimmery ones, but the mattes are amazing, and like, I just don't have any words for it because I love it that much. These shades in here like are quite good for doing like brows or like a nice eyeliner if you want, and it smells incredible, and I've just never had a palette I love this much ever in my life. I know that Tarte's quite hard to get in the UK, but I actually got this on QVC, which I think is one of those late night online shopping, order something, regret it in the morning kind of TV show things. But anyway, I was googling it and I found it, and it's the best purchase I've ever made, because I reach for this over my naked palette or anything. I just love it so much, and it's just so perfect for summer. It's such girly shades, and they're like subtle, but you can build them up really nicely. And I'm going to stop going on about this because I feel like I'm writing a love story for something. Next up, I have this, which is the Collection Eyebrow Kit in Blonde. I absolutely love this. This is like a repurchase. I use this not only for my eyebrows, but also to do my eyeliner as well. I'm not a massive fan of like using liquid eyeliner. I used to use it all the time when I was younger, but as I kind of got older, I like the more subtle look of eyeliner. Like, I know I still kind of go on with the black line and the flick and everything, but I just don't like the harsh black line. So I use the black shade in this instead because it's a bit more subtle, and also it goes on, blends nicer. It's not as like, what's the word? Irritating to your eye or anything. It comes with a tiny little brush, which is actually really good. I quite often use this, and I usually put this in my handbag when I'm going around, because if ever I need to kind of touch up my makeup, this kind of kills two birds with one stone. So I really like this, and it also comes with a little clear mascara brow gel thing as well. But yeah, I absolutely love this. If you really want to get into filling your brows, or you just never found the right product, I cannot feel my foot right now. I just, oh, it's so numb. Oh my god, I touch it, it doesn't feel like it's there. That's the most painful thing I've ever experienced. Yeah, so if you really want to get into filling your brows, or you just haven't found a product you find easy to use, try this because it's just so straightforward and easy. This is Holy Grail Eyebrow / eyeliner product. I've also included the MAC Studio Fix because this is the one that I do keep in my bag. I have it in NC15. I really like this. I used to use it all the time when I was younger, and then I stopped because I have no idea why. I just stopped buying it and just started buying high street powders instead. But I don't really consider this the same thing. Like, it's a powder, but it's thicker, so it kind of is a good middle ground between a powder and foundation. So that's why I tend to take it in my bag, because if I'm getting patchy on my makeup, I'll just like take this out, and it's got a little mirror in it, and it's also got an applicator in the bottom. It's kind of a middle ground between a foundation and a powder, which is why I tend to take it everywhere with me, because it's kind of such high coverage, but it kind of fills in all those gaps around my face where things start to go patchy, because things tend to go patchy on my face really quickly. Next up, I have mascaras, and I have two right now. I have the Lash Sensational one that everyone is using at the moment, and then I have this little one which I got as a sample, and it's the Clinique High Impact Mascara. I kind of use a mixture of these. I have really stubby, short, pointed down eyelashes. They're exactly what you do not want in eyelashes. So things don't tend to do much for me. So I've never been too fussed as to what mascara I'm using. I'll just kind of pick one up and be like, you're gonna look the same as all the others anyway. So yeah, this is just the one I'm using. I know a lot of people love this and agree with it, but it just looks the same as everything else to me. So yeah, that's in my makeup bag at the moment. But I also have this. This has a bristly brush instead of a plastic one like the other one. So I tend to find this adds a lot more, not length, like thickness and volume to my lashes than one with rubber brushes. Like, the rubber brushes are quite nice for spacing it out and giving you a nice, what's the word? Like, I was gonna say arm span, but it's not arm span. A nice span of lashes, I guess. But I find that bristle brushes add a lot more thickness to them. So yeah, I really quite like this one at the moment. And I also love that it's a little sample size, because I just find this really easy to go in and do my bottom lashes with, because it's like so little, it's such a diddy little brush. My first favourite lip product at the moment is the Too Faced Melted Lipstick. I absolutely love these things. This is chocolate honey, and I just really love the shade on me. I just feel it suits me really well. It's a kind of a brownish one, but not too brown, so you can get away with wearing it every day without feeling you're wearing something like shockingly different on your lips. And I just really love the consistency of these. They come off on a little sponge applicator on the top, and I just really like how it goes in your lips. You have to build it up quite a lot. It doesn't kind of just go on in one fell swoop, but I do really like it, and it's really kind of moisturising, and I don't know, I just really think Too Faced have nailed it with these. So I'm gonna go and get a few more of these because it's just amazing, but this is the one that is in my makeup bag all the time. And the last product is another lipstick, but this one is Soap & Glory Sexy Mother Pucker in Super Nude. Again, this is quite an orangey brownie toned one, but again, this is one that I would happily wear every day. It's not too in your face again. But yeah, I haven't heard anything about these. I think this is super underrated as a product, but the Soap & Glory lipsticks are so good. They're so matte, they just have a nice finish. This is a really good dupe for the MAC Velvet Teddy, which I've actually lost at the moment. That was my favourite lipstick and I can't find it anywhere. I think I dropped it somewhere when I was out, and I'm so annoyed about it. Anyway, that was everything that was in my makeup bag. That's everything that I wear on my face every day. It's everything I pack in my bag when I go away anywhere. It's just all the best products that I personally am loving at the moment. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Please make sure you subscribe and give this video a thumbs up. Also follow me on Instagram if you want to see pictures of all the things I'm loving, because I post everything I'm obsessed with constantly on my Instagram. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you again soon. Bye!